Welcome back to Chester Boughton Hall Cricket Club for this group game in the LMS World Series. LMS Singapore versus LMS Sri Lanka. Two unbeaten teams. LMS Singapore have won the toss and they've elected to bowl. They're a good team at chasing. They've got a strong batting lineup and they'll be buzzing after their victory over a strong South Africa side yesterday. Manpreet Singh getting them boys home under the last man stands rule. I'm joined in the commentary box by Sharan Fernando from LMS Sri Lanka. Sharan, good to have you in the commentary box today. Is this your debut in the commentary box for this World Series?
It is, Wayne. Thank you very much. Good morning to everyone. It's a beautiful day in Chester, isn't it?
It is. We've been very lucky with the weather. So Sharan, can you talk me through the opening batsman for Sri Lanka? Have there been any changes to the side?
Yes, we brought Eroshan De Silva this morning to the team. Salik is having a bit of a rest at the moment, today's game.
Opening the bowling for LMS Singapore is Manpreet Singh, is the vice captain.
Andy Dexter is the batsman of the Sri Lankan team.
Can you tell me a bit about him? How's he gone in this tournament so far?
Yeah, he done well. He scored 39 runs first game and 38 in the second one. Yeah,
so
it's not too bad.
He's in form.
He is. He has been bowling well as well. He's selected for one of the best bowlers in the comp so far. Bit of a handy all-rounder.
This is a wide ball, first wide of the day. Just pushed out to Boughton. Sri does the fielding. Good to see all the players on the numbers on the back. Always helps the commentators. That's Sri Mani. Sri Mani fielding down at mid-on. It's a good start from LMS Singapore. We just got a slight problem with the technical problem with the live score, so that's why it's not on the screen. Our backroom staff are trying to sort out the matter, so we'll keep you posted. The scoreboard says 5 after the first over. So the new bowler, this is Vinhit. Oh, that's huge! Oh, and it's hit the door for the second time in the tournament. That door's already been hit this tournament. Last time there was no one at home. Let's see if the door opens this time. There we go, straight into the door. It's cut away down to third man. So the score moves on to 12. So Andy going well here on 11. Rana on 2. Totals on 13. Looks to be a wide. Umpire agrees with us. Total moves on to
13.
14.
14.
Apologise for the live scorecard not showing yet. Technical team are looking into the matter, so we'll keep you posted ball by ball here. Gone leg side again. Looks to be a strong scoring area for him, Sharan.
Yeah, and he's picked up so nicely, and he's picking the gaps. It's a good day for Andy so far. Yeah, Sri Lanka is come back on the game, second over. So yeah, nice to see that.
So Andy moves on to 16. The total moves on to 18. We're only in the second over, so this is a good start by Sri Lanka. We'll keep you posted on the score ball by ball here because live scoring's not up, so we apologise for that, but we've got the live scoreboard at the ground, so we'll keep you updated. And that's a wide.
After 2 overs, Sri Lanka is down for 21.
So it's 21 from 2 overs. Andy's already hit a big 6. Oh, that's superbly pushed out onto the offside. Manpreet, the captain, does the fielding. He's a quality fielder. Singapore team is actually a very good fielding outfit. Total moves on to 22. Batsman just got to get the umpire to help him do his shoelaces. I think he's doing a double knot there.
Sri Lanka is in a comfortable form at the moment. Hopefully they'll keep going.
So the field setting, they've got a square leg, just behind square, mid wicket, mid on, third man, extra cover, mid off. So regulation LMS field is the power play overs, but they're still bowling a 4-2 field. So Manbia's looking to bowl wicket to wicket, yeah, as he does there.
That was a good fielding by bowler. This over has been a good over so far for Singapore. Comeback bit.
Total moves on to 23. Bowler just has a problem with his run up there. That
was a fantastic yorker. He's been impressive so far this over.
He's come back very well, yeah. Welcome to Andy Levitt from Australia. This is morning, Wayne. Aussie boys are fired up. It is morning here, but we know it's well into the evening in Australia time. Andy, how long will you be up for? Will you be watching the Australian boys next? Are the Aussies in a live game later, Shuan? Do you know?
I think they have a live game later on around lunchtime.
Will you be supporting in that game?
It's a tough question, Wayne. If Australia play against Sri Lanka, it has to be Sri Lanka. But if Aussies playing
on side, Sri comes in.
Any other team, I will go for Aussies. That's for sure.
So the sun's directly into our eyes in the commentary tent here. It's just a little bit of a break where it goes behind one of the clouds.
Had a bit of a half chance in there.
Oh, that's straight.
Wonderful, brilliant shot.
That's
off the ground.
Gone 2 houses back. Straight off the garden shed into the next door neighbour's house. So,
and he's on fire this morning. That's his second six for the day. He's batting brilliantly.
And good to see Trent Thompson tuning in, saying it's prime time here in Australia. That's good to know. I hope you had a good day in the office, Trent. Well done to our technical team. We've sorted out the live scoring issue. The live scoring app is directly linked to the live streaming, so when our live scoring goes down, that's why the scorecard goes off sometimes, but that's been rectified. So you were calling Solomon's Andy. Can you just explain that?
Andy is his first name. Solomon is his last name.
Okay, so that's one of the easier Sri Lankan names there.
I bet. Compared to Rajakaruna, got a bit of a long name.
I enjoy commentating when Andy bats, not only because he's a good batsman, just it's very easy to get his name right.
Exactly.
The new bowler is Puli Kotal.
It's down the leg, the apple from the bowler.
It's a little bit expensive here, but hopefully you can pull it back. He's gone for 24 of his first 7. Randy's quite enjoyed the finish bowling. That's gone straight up. Keeper and bowler coming up. One of them left the call. The keeper gets there. He's gone for the steal, and it's completed. So the score will move on to 36, but the first wicket falls. Good game awareness there from who was
Rajakaruna, Denwan.
Yeah, Denwan.
Bit unfortunate for Andy. He departs for 28. Bit of a change on Sri Lanka lineup this morning. They're sending Janaka Jayasundara for number 3.
Is that a tactical reason or just to give him a knock?
To give a bit of a knock for Sri Lankan player. He hasn't been batting. Sri Lankan team has been performed wonderfully so far. It's only number 5. They batted only number 5. and the rest of the batting line didn't have any chance to bat.
So in other words, you're taking this game lightly today?
Not really, no.
Okay, just checking.
This is World Series. You can't take any games lightly. And they beat South Africa, then you can say they done well.
Okay. Do you think that might be a mistake? Not going with the normal lineup against a very strong Singapore side. Stronger in their batting, but they've got a few useful spinners as well.
We'll find out soon. Good to give for knock for a few batters, otherwise if you come down to the wire it's going to be trouble for them if they haven't bat in these pitches.
Yeah, you're correct, but this is a tough group, so there's still a lot of work to get into the knockout stages, isn't there, Shane?
Yeah.
All 6 teams in this group have the ability to qualify for the knockout. Singapore have thrown a cat amongst the pigeons here by winning their first 2 games. No one would have predicted that.
Exactly, they done well. Singapore, South African team is a very tough team to beat, but they done well yesterday. I was watching the game too. Yeah, it's nice.
Did you have any inkling on which team you wanted to win that game? Bearing in mind they were both in your group.
I wanted to win Singapore.
Oh, it's edged and taken. God. This is good cricket here from Singapore. Good fight back. Sharan shaking his head in the commentary box.
Yeah, that was a good wicket for Singapore. Anyone has been played wonderfully for last 2 games. First game he got half century. Second game he got 47 runs. And Sri Lanka is in a bit of trouble at the moment.
Yeah, I think Sri Lanka definitely entered this game thinking this is just going to be regulation, changing their order. I think the manager of this team needs to look hard at himself here. I'm not going to say it's arrogance, but I think it might be just leaning towards it, Sharan.
No, we didn't take it slightly when we thought give other batsmen a chance as well. Otherwise, if we come down to semis and finals, if they haven't bat in the order earlier, it's going to be tough for them to get used to the pitches.
So basically, you've already booked your slot in the semi-final.
That's what we think. We hope so.
You nodded your head in saying yes. Okay. So there's a confident Sharan Fernando in the commentary box.
T20 is anyone's game, but we hope Sri Lanka will be in the semis. Yeah, that's the plan. It's a good ball for Ajantha Mendes. He was first ball he was facing.
Good to see a replay of that soon. It's really it's a sharp catch there by Boughton. Never easy, kept a bit low. Let's point out to the viewers that we're on a new strip today. The one to the left was starting to take a bit of turn towards the end of this today. So Alex Kegg, the local groundsman here, doing a fantastic job for us here. It's gone straight up. Fielder coming under it. It's going to be just short.
Chanaka was lucky. It was up in the air for quite a long time and fielder didn't get there on time. Singapore is showing their really good spirit today and playing really good cricket. Good on them. That was a fantastic catch from the keeper.
So the viewers at home that watched that dismissal earlier, Trent Thompson says great ball. Did it do a bit, Trent? A little bit of a way movement. It's good from the keeper again. Didn't take it cleanly, but we've seen on a few occasions during this tournament with some of the other keepers that could have been 5 wides. So it's keeping the pressure on. The importance of keeping in this tournament's been highlighted.
Singapore team come back pretty well. Sri Lanka was 34 for 3 overs and after 5 to 41. That is brilliant comeback from Singapore.
Sharan, can you tell me about the new batsman? Has he played a bit of cricket before?
Achanta Mendes, yes, of course, he has one of the brilliant cricketer around the world. He got 8 world records under his belt. And Ajit has been fantastically with his batting performance in World Championship in LMS as well in Cape Town. He got 5 50s in that Cape Town in World Championship. It's a surprising package for us. And Ajant usually be popular for his carom ball spin, but he has been very useful for his batting lately.
He's remolded himself into a batting all-rounder, hasn't he?
He has. Ajanta represents army team in Sri Lanka at the moment, and he was batting in early down the order, and he was performing really well. And because after his injury, he was concentrating on batting. Yeah.
So, new bowler is Seth, number 16. Not sure if Seth spinning it too much. I don't think that's his intention yet. He's just looking to get the ball up there, pace off the ball. So far we haven't seen too much wrist action yet, but let's see if he can mix it up a bit.
After Andy's departure, we haven't seen any boundaries for Sri Lankan team, and Singapore come back pretty well this game.
So Sharan, you're going to have to be leaving us shortly. You're going to be going playing in the Masters event. Is that correct?
Yes, Wayne. Yeah, I'm very excited to play for Australian team.
Hold on. Who for who?
For Australian team. I born in Sri Lanka, but I'm Australian citizen. Unfortunately, I have to represent Australia. Can't play for two sides.
You're worse than Ross Coward, but.
Roscoe is playing for us too. Good on you, Roscoe.
Roscoe's playing for Australia.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, Australia and New Zealand combined team. We're playing against South Africa, and very tough team this morning at 9 o'clock.
So Ross Coward, born in Zimbabwe, raised in South Africa, won LMS New Zealand top yesterday, and LMS England top. And now he's playing for Australia.
Jesus, he's all around the world, man.
Hedging his bets.
Well done, Roscoe. We love you.
Look at the scorecard. Solomon's 28 or 15, and then since his departure, nothing really has happened for Sri Lanka. Even Mendes off to a slow start here, but that won't really bother him. He knows it's just a matter of getting in for the first few balls and then going from there. But this is quite a key phase in the game, because if he gets out here, Singapore will feel they're well on top. You never really want to lose 3 wickets in the first 6 overs, and you definitely don't want to lose 4 in the first 10.
Exactly, yeah. Ajanta's wicket is very crucial, and Ajanta is playing. He knows that too. That's why he's taking his time rather than going for shots.
What time's that game? The next game?
9 o'clock. I have. That was a brilliant Yorker. He has been very impressive. He has been very impressive this morning.
So two dot balls. Mendes 4 of 7. Something's going to have to go here. Mendes showing great composure here.
If we get more than 75 runs for first 10 overs, we'll be happy. It's in a good position. We got Bas Naik, Navanta, and Erosion to bat as well. They're pretty good performance.
And Sharan, just before you go, can you just maybe talk to your Sri Lanka viewers back home?
Yeah, certainly, yeah. Welcome Sri Lankan in my language. Yeah. සුබෝදෑසනක් ක්‍රීඩා ලෝලි හිතවතුන් ලංකාවේ ඉන්න අපේ ලංකාවේ ටීම් එක මේ තුන්වෙනි තරගයේ සඳහා තමයි මේ සහභාගී වෙන්නේ. ප්‍රථම තරඟ දෙකම අපි ජයග්‍රහණය කරලා පළවෙනි තරඟේ ජයග්‍රහණය කරේ ඕස්ට්‍රේලියානු ටීම් එක පරද්දලා දෙවෙනි තරඟේ අපි ජයග්‍රහණය කරේ USA ටීම් එකට එරෙහිව මේ තුන්වෙනි තරඟය තමයි අද පැවැත්වෙන්නේ සිංගප්පූරු කණ්ඩායම ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රථම තරඟ දෙකක් ජයග්‍රහණය කරලා තමයි මේ තුන්වෙනි තරඟයට පිවිසෙන්නේ. ඉතින් අද දවසේ ඉතාමත් හොඳ ආරම්භයක් අපේ ඇන්ඩි සහ දෙනුවන් ලබා දුන්නා. ප්‍රථම ඕවර්ස් තුනට ලකුණු 34ක් ලබා ගත්තා. නමුත් ඊට පස්සේ ඇන්ඩිගේ සහ දෙනුවන්ගේ විකට් දෙක යාමින් පසුව චුට්ටක් මන්දගාමී තත්වයකට පත්ව තියෙනවා. මම හිතනවා ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අජන්ත මෙන්ඩිස් මේ තත්වයෙන් අප මුදා ගනී කියලා.
Thank you, Sharon. I agree totally. So
you understood Sinhalese, is that what you're saying, Wayne? Good on you.
So thank you, Sharon. Good luck in your match later,
Yeah,
and we hope to see you scoring some runs. I'll keep the viewers keep the audience updated.
All right, thanks,
I'm
Wayne.
backing you for 50. Go well, but
Oh yeah, that's the plan. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was nice talking to you. See you, man.
So Mendes struggling here. 5 of 9. That's not something we've seen before in his LMS career. I wouldn't actually say he's struggling. He's just respecting the bowling probably. Put out to the offside for 2. Slight fumble. As I'm joined in the commentary box by an undefeated manager in the form of Kanal Kate. Kanal, welcome, and you must be very proud of the Singapore start to the tournament.
Thanks, Sven. Yeah, definitely. It's a proud feeling. It's in LMS. It's their first overseas victory when they won against Wales, and yesterday was fantastic. Beating South Africa. I mean, tremendous. So let's hope so. As the tournament progresses, they improve and win more games.
Okay, well they're right in the thick of this game. As Seth continues here. Just tell us about Seth. It looks like he's just bowling slowly. There's no really spin. He looks to take the pace of all the ball.
He's kind of a gentle medium pacer. I mean, he believes in more of cutters and slow ones. He's not a spinner actually.
And he's caught it.
Yeah, beautiful catch. Beautiful catch. In Singapore local leagues, he's a top-ranked bowler. That's how he got selected for this event.
Okay, it just shows. I mean, don't want to sell him short, but it doesn't look like there's much about him. But you got to respect him. He's actually quite a clever bowler. I think his strength is just uses his brain. He's experienced, and he just gets the ball in the right areas.
Yeah, he's a medium pacer, but you can see the speed is not a kind of spinner. He's a bit faster. So when batsmen see his run up, they get confused sometimes. Like 2-3 steps run up, and then suddenly ball skids on.
And also the keeper stands up and then stands back. So I think, as you're right, it's just it looks a bit of gamesmanship as well.
Yep. Great bowling performance so far. Really, the Sri Lankans started really well, but Singapore came back, bounced back to the game with 3 wickets down. Now 8 overs, 51 for 3. Game nicely balanced here.
I think Singapore on top. But obviously we know Sri Lanka have held back 1 or 2 of their key players. So could this come back to bite them though? They've decided to give a few guys that haven't had a chance to bat yet in this tournament a poke up the order, which is in the spirit of LMS, in the spirit of touring, it's probably the right thing to do. At the same time, there's a tournament to be won here, so you got to get the balance right.
Yeah, of course, and Sri Lankans, they do have good side, and they do have batsmen low down the order who can hit the ball. So the game can go anywhere, and they do have good score, a good run rate currently. 12 overs still left, and playing against a good side is always difficult. They do have a good bowling side as well.
So the bowlers used so far are Manbir Singh, he's bowled through 4 overs for 17. Seth and Vinet. Who else they got to bowl?
Now the bowling changes there. Ashwath, the off spinner, is a good all-rounder, left-handed batsman and right-hand off spinner.
And does the man himself, Manpreet Singh, bowl?
Yeah, he will be coming to bowl later.
Starts with the wide.
Manpreet Singh's balls off spin mainly, but he can mix it up. He can ball leggies as well in between.
For me, he's been the outstanding batsman of the tournament, Manpreet.
Yeah. A bowled. Could be a single. One thing about Manpreet, you'll be surprised. He's a specialist wicketkeeper as well. During his younger days in under 16-19, he used to play as a main wicketkeeper in the team.
So there's pretty much nothing he can't do.
Yeah.
I mean, get him in the commentary box as well.
Yeah, good athlete. Oh, bowled. That's for single. I don't think single or double will trouble Singapore that much. 1 or 2 boundaries per over definitely will trouble.
So Sri Lankans just having a few problems with their laces here. Square leg umpire being asked to do a triple knot this time.
What do you think, Wayne, from here? Sri Lanka like 140, 150 or?
While Mendes is at the crease, they'll still be hoping for 170 from here. But if he gets out, I think they will be readjusting their target to 150. There we go, Mendes, first boundary. He had 10 off 13 up until that point. Now he's 14 or 14, so he's got his strike rate up to 100.
A good shot by Ajanta Mendes. Really, he found the gap.
And there's a field adjustment here. Manpreet Singh, the skipper, has decided mid-on's probably the more likely area the ball's going to go, so he's got himself in that position. And now it goes offside. Oh, great effort by Sri. Manpreet's got his hands on his waist. I think he feels he could have taken that, but that's a great effort by Sri.
If it's a difficult chance or... Yeah.
It's a tough chance, chance. I would have backed Manpreet to take that comfortably though. He would have taken it by his chest. As you say, he's very quick around the ground.
Yep, of course.
But to be fair, I'm probably being a bit harsh on Sri because that's an outstanding effort. But you can see Manpreet had just changed the field, literally the ball before him. And now he's shaking his head.
Yeah.
But I think, to be fair, Mendes is probably aware of that. He knows what a good fielder.
Yeah, so that's why he targeted a longer area.
Side, yeah. So Manpreet and Sri Shroff again. Sri just walks past us. Good effort there, Sri. That was a tough chance, but. So for those of you that don't know, that commentary box is at long on for the right-hander and middle for the left-hander. Look at the projected scores. 10 and over will get Sri Lanka to 170. I think that's what they'll be looking at from here.
It's definitely difficult to hit, hard to set. Yeah, because he bowls really good line and length with that kind of speed. His left-hander, so it could be difficult task for the bowlers as well. The right-hand, left-hand combination. Well bowled, Said. The captain is very active for Singapore team. Keep motivating the players. Oh, well bowled. Looks like a drop catch.
Not sure if it just dropped short of him there.
Let's see. In the replay.
Also, it's an inside edge.
Oh,
The umpire signaled bye.
Oh, it's a bye. So not to worry that much for Singapore.
Well, I'd still like to relook at that one.
Oh, he beaten outside. The ball moved later on.
Yeah, just tipped. Just tipped at the last minute. That's huge.
That's a long six.
Where's that gone? That is massive.
I mean, these are cricket. This is cricket. You can see one drop catch just now. If he would have taken that catch, definitely the pressure is on the batsman, and they wouldn't go for so many hits.
Yeah, okay, that's what I think. Manpreet Singh was a little bit disappointed, not at his fielder, just the fact that he moved the field, because I think he would have backed himself to get there. But that's cricket, as you say, small margins. Gone again. Sri goes around. Great effort from Sri.
Great fielding.
He saved 2 runs there. That was 4 all over it.
Oh,
And clean take from Seth as well.
yeah.
Singapore actually going well here in the field. Obviously one tough chance not taken, but they've given them a good account of themselves in this field, in this match, but also in the whole tournament.
Now 10 over 70 for 3.
And it's great to now start to get a look at the league tables. We've got a Pool B, top by Sri Lanka, Singapore on 16, South Africa on 14, Australia on 12, and Wales and USA are yet to get off the mark, but those are 2 strong sides as well. So this is a really tough group, and this is a top of the table clash. Who would have ever thought that you guys would have been in the top of the table clash? Did you expect you guys to be in this position at this stage of the tournament?
To be very frank, we thought to win 1 or 2 games, so we didn't even know we would be right from the beginning. We'll be on top of the table. I mean, looking at the results before at the World Champs and everything, we didn't win even a single game that time.
Is there how many players that played in the Singapore teams in the World Champs or in this side?
Definitely, we have a few new. Most of the guys are new, selected from national champs, but there are 4 players are from World Champ out of 2 Singapore team who participated. Out of squad of 10, 4 from World Champs.
Okay. So we've turned for the 10 over, 70 off 10. This is evenly poised. Sri Lanka will be thinking 10 and over from here gets them to 170. Singapore, what would you be thinking from your side? What would you be hoping for from here? Best case scenario.
Personally, I feel 140, 150 if they ball really well. Maximum 140, 150. And yeah, with Ajanta Mendes on strike, and if they're going to give some chances, then, as you mentioned, 160, 170.
Okay.
But I go for 140, 150 from here still.
You guys have got the batting lineup to chase 170, but you'll be more comfortable around the 150 area, of course.
Yeah, of course.
A few appeals, yeah. They've been up a few times there.
Let's see the replay. There was a huge appeal by the bowler and wicketkeeper.
Oh, it's tough to give that out. It's turned and bounced.
Yeah.
I think that's the right call. There's got to be some doubt. Obviously, if we had all the technology that they have in Test matches and ODIs, maybe it'd be different. But I think that's turned and bounced, and I think umpires made the right call there.
Well bowled, Manpreet.
And I'll feel free to disagree with me on that.
A bit close decision definitely favors the batsman. Batsman went a bit across the wicket, but yeah, as you mentioned, there was turn and bounce. So yeah, we don't have technology like Hawkeye, so we can see accurately.
Good to see Josh Hall tuning in and joining us. Josh, I hope you're enjoying this game and the footage.
Another good ball by Manpreet. That's end of the over. 11 overs, 74 for 3.
So Manpreet showing why he's such a valuable player for LMS Singapore. He's the captain. He's played 2 incredible knocks already in this tournament. He got Singapore home under the last man stands rule yesterday against South Africa. How much did they need to win when he came in, or when he came back in? I think they needed about 30 runs, didn't they? And he got about 20 of them on his own under the last man stands rule.
Yeah, after his retirement, when he was alone, he needed 7 ball, 22 runs. But before that, with one more player, like 10 balls, 30 odd runs they needed that time. and on his own he made like 7 ball 22, and I think he finished within 4 or 5 balls.
Yeah, and they just come on to bowl here first over only 4 runs against 2 very accomplished batsmen in the form of Mendes and Asantha.
Oh, well fielded as well. Really good ball.
So Singapore's value is going up and up in this tournament. People are starting to put their name as a potential candidate for finals day.
Hopefully. That's in the gap and could be easy boundary. That's where bowlers need to think on. Like, they can't give room outside the off stump because the big field is there. Easy to find the gap. They really need to stick to their plan, like wicket to wicket, good length. That's how they can restrict the batsman.
I've got a feeling that maybe the bowler actually just moved him now. I think the fielder was probably a bit square there to slow bowl. He could have been a bit straight out there. It was a backward point. I think they've just moved him now to an extra cover position. I think that's a better field.
Oh. And that's gone! What a ball! Well done, Ashwath. Sri Lanka looks like in trouble, but Mendes is still on strike. Would have been a different scenario if that catch would have been taken a couple of overs back.
Oh yeah, that's a great decision.
That's out.
That's out. I was not quite sure. That's why I didn't say too much. I was a bit surprised it gave him out initially because the sun's into our eyes. I couldn't quite see what happened, but that's definitely his back leg.
Yeah, back leg and onto the stump, onto the middle.
Yeah.
Clear plump.
You were just shouting. You hadn't even seen it either, but you were just so excited. The sun is directly into our eyes here. I'm never going to complain about the sun being in your eyes in England. Doesn't happen often. But we've had a great summer here, and it's continuing during this tournament. You'll see the outfield. It's got touches of brown, which you don't normally see in England. But it's been an outstanding summer. Tough for the groundsmen. They've got a lot of hard work to do, but Alex Kegg, one of the best groundsmen in the northwest of England, been groundsman here at Chester for over 20 years, and he's got this outfield in his good condition, and the pitches are playing well.
I think the hottest summer in England so far, with very less rain.
Yeah, I think it's suiting the sides that have got good spin bowlers in their side.
Oh, that's in the gap as well, but possible to stop. Only a 2.
So it'll be good to see just one more slow motion of that dismissal. It happened very quickly. Batsman was disappointed, but I think it was missing leg, missing off and hitting middle.
That's in the gap for 4. That's not a great ball to bowl, with long on wider, bowling straighter and a lower full toss.
Yeah, just taking a little bit of pressure off the new batsman. But it's going to be interesting, very, very interesting to see how Mendes approaches this knock, because even in the World Champs, he was able to come in and play with freedom. He never really had scoreboard pressure or wickets falling around him. He had such a great side with him in Venora. They batted right down. And I think, although they're very strong here, Sri Lanka, they don't maybe have as much depth as that Venora side had in Sri Lanka, in Cape Town. And Mendes is aware of that, and that's why he's changed his approach here. He knows how valuable his wicket is here, and he doesn't want to get out here and leave it to number 7 and 8 to do the job. So he's taking ownership here. So I think he's probably just going to push it around for a bit more. Try and play risk-free cricket.
Definitely Singapore needs to bowl their main bowlers, or whatever they have, a handful of bowlers, because Ajantha Mendes still only on 18 runs. And there's still a lot of pressure on Singapore, because if Mendes is almost retiring, then things are different.
But that's interesting you say that, but Manpreet's only bowled 1 over and he's taken himself out of the attack. Now, I would have thought he would have another one here just to try and see if they can get another wicket. What's your thinking here? Why is he?
I think definitely this guy Sri Mani, he took 4 wickets against Verona.
Okay.
In World Champs.
Okay.
And definitely everyone deserves a chance, so they're trying their bowlers.
Okay, maybe he thinks there's 4 wickets down, chance to get the 6th bowl into the attack while the pressure's on Sri Lanka. Maybe he feels it's just a chance to, maybe he's trying to share the 5th bowler duty between him and Ashwath. Also, Vinet was quite expensive in his 2 overs, so maybe he's looking to find 2 overs from someone else here, just so he doesn't maybe need to go back to the pace. That could be his thinking.
Yeah, could be. I don't know what is running his mind. Maybe he's keeping 2 overs for the tail-enders, because Vineet is also a decent bowler. Quite slow in the air, so it's very difficult for the batsman to hit him.
He certainly gives it some flight. Watching from this end, it goes above the side screen on the far and then comes back down. So they talk about getting the ball above our line. I'm not sure. Mendes has never seen bowling quite like this. There we go. And Mendes just playing calculated cricket. So I actually think this is a master player by Manpreet. He knows Mendes isn't wanting to try and take risks here. So he's saying to Mendes, I'm going to throw this ball up here, and what are you going to do?
Because these kind of bowlers, could be dangerous at times, difficult to hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones there's a potential you could go for 5 sixes and over, but you could also hold out at long on. So
yeah.
And when there's 4 wickets in down, he realizes that Mendes is not going to be keen to take that approach.
Singapore will not mind. Just 4-5 runs man over.
So that's interesting to see if he gets another over. Don't know how many overs he's going to be allowed to get away bowling like that, but very effective in that over.
Yeah, because definitely Sri Lanka under pressure. As you mentioned, these kind of bowler, either they could go for so many runs, like few sixes per over. If a batsman pick up the length and go to the track. Otherwise, really difficult for the batsman. Like this over, you can see very defensive. 13 overs, 90 for 4. Manpreet back in action. From medium pacer, Manbir finished his over. Vinith left with 2, Sumit left with 1. Well bowled again, but they got a single out of that.
Will there be many viewers watching in Singapore? Have you got families and friends of the teams following the live feed?
Yeah, definitely they should be. The time difference is there, but it looks like it's afternoon, but most of the people are working. So whoever is free will be watching the game.
So 2 undefeated teams in this tournament. LMS Singapore, LMS Sri Lanka. And this game's on a knife edge here. Janta Mendes 23 from 24.
It's a big field. It's a big field, and in this format players are usually on the boundary line, so good chance but wasted.
So Janta Mendes 24, so 23 or 24 of 25.
Another good ball. It's becoming really difficult for the batsmen to go for the hits. You can see the kind of line Singapore bowling, and as well as, in my opinion, Sri Lankans are trying too hard currently to score quick runs.
So I also think that scoreboard pressure does a funny thing. That he knows how valuable his wicket is. So he wants to push the run rate on, but he also knows if he gets out now, they could be 110 all out, and they don't have any chance then. So I think he's thinking, yeah, we want 160, 170, but that might might not be possible from here. So he's now readjusting to maybe 140, 150, and says, give ourselves a chance.
30 odd balls left in the game. Yeah, one big over, or couple of decent over could take them to. Couple of good overs could take them to 150, 160. But now Singapore is in good position as well. They could even restrict them under 140 as well.
It's good to see now our graphics team are starting to get the stats of our players up. Rifat Tol, you're doing an outstanding job there, bud. Well done, Rifat in Bangladesh. He's just pointed out that Ajanta Mendes has moved up to 6,660 in the world rankings. Obviously, relatively new to the format. We were talking about that earlier. They've had enough of that. These lollipops. There's no other way to describe them yet. These are lollipops.
Yeah, this is. I think Manpreet is just taking a risk. Either he could get wickets, and either he can go for all over the ground.
But I think what Mendes has gone to the non-striker batsman and said, listen, take him on, yeah, because my wicket's valuable, yeah. You take him on if you hold out. Not a problem with the two other players, but I'm wanting to bat through here. So I think it's probably more danger here with Nawantha on strike as opposed to Mendes. Let's see how Mendes approaches this next ball. What's your thinking? Do you think he's also going to try and take him on, or he's going to just look to push it down the ground for one?
It depends on the ball, because these players they go as per the ball. They cricketers.
You see, Mendes is he's playing a test match in India.
I think he's going with the psychology because he's just on 25, so only 5 overs left. So he wants to just continue batting till the end.
Now, so for those of you who just think that at last man stands cricket's just crash bang wallop, this is a great example of that not always been the case. Sometimes you have to play the way Mendes is doing here. Wickets, 4 wickets down. They don't have too many to come after this, so he's really having to try and watch this one go straight out to mid-off. This could be out. Oh.
Big over now with this drop catch and a boundary.
Seth will probably be a little bit disappointed with himself there. I think he'll feel he might have been able to maybe just do a bit of a dive. He wasn't in a great position when he got to that one.
Not a balanced position there. He struggled to get in there.
So there's clear tactics here. Mendes has been saying to these non-striker, I'm going to Nawantha, I'm going to push for the singles and you go hard. But it's getting to that stage now, 5 overs to go, where they both might have to start going, yeah. Manpreet Singh back into the attack.
Well bowled.
Very good cricket from Mendes, yeah. Showing all his experience. Shuffling across his stumps. Sees a gap between mid-wicket and mid-on. Just tabs it onto the onside. Not too much pace. Allows them to get back for 2.
That's the difference it can make. Against this kind of team, you can't drop the 2 catches in the game. You need to make the chances. Your fielding should be high class. Otherwise, these 20-25 runs of drop catches can make a difference.
Two more for Mendes. Be interesting to see when Nick Compton interviews Mendes after this game, just to get some insight in as to how he's approached this innings. But we've never seen him play this way, and it's actually great to see. Oh, class.
In the gap.
Just
Really
rock
good
back.
shot. Yeah.
Now that's not an easy shot to play. A little bit short. He knows where the gaps are. Didn't try and overhit it, just placed it.
Very responsible batting by Ajanta Mendes. He knows his responsibility. Oh, well bowled. Just for single.
So Mendes hasn't played a shot in anger in this innings. Just controlled batting. He's adjusting. Obviously 4 wickets down is the reason why he's playing like this. Obviously if they're only 1 down, he'd be playing a completely different way.
Yeah, batsman looking for the field. Could be targeting big shots. Just for the one. If 8 runs per over will take Sri Lanka to 140. If 10, 150.
I think they'll be looking more towards 150 now. Mendes showing
Could be really dangerous, these batsmen. So one drop catch each for each batsman.
Mendes using all his international experience here. He's had a long chat with Nawantha. Nawantha is going 23 of 12.
It's very interesting to see these international cricketers when they play at this level. Like even they are more of a bowler, a bowling all-rounder. They make batting so easy. Like we feel like they are main batsmen of the team.
Yeah, well, I think to be fair, Mendes, he's actually remolded himself. I think he's more of a batting all-rounder in the LMS format.
In the gap, good use of the wrist. Fielder running hard, could be easy too.
So we've been talking a lot about Mendes, but a little knock from Nawantha's gone a little bit unnoticed here. 25 of 13. Mendes playing the anchor role here. Seth continues only 20 from his 16 balls.
Inside edge.
Should be 2.
Hard work for Sri, but easy too. In the gap, no chance for any of the fielders. Easy boundary. Nothing bowler can do for these kind of shot. They have a field set. Just open the face of the bat.
So Nawantha moves on to 27 from 16. And it's got to the stage of the innings now where I think Mendes realises he's probably can go now as well. Chances of them getting bowled out slightly lower. It's only 17 balls left in this game.
Definitely will be going for 2, but Manbir is quick as well. A single.
So I think, stay tuned here. Mendes has read this game superbly, and my feeling is in the next 1 or 2 balls he's going to change his approach here. Might just push this one down for a single, last ball of the over, but he's definitely going to change his
not a good ball to ball. Let's see if fielder can reach. Short and bit wide.
And Mendes is getting a glove change here, getting some water. The gloves are coming on, but I don't think that's the real reason. He's wanting water. It's hot out here already. It's only 9:30 in the morning and it's already a stinking hot day.
Come on, boys!
Sumit Seth ended his spell 4 over 30 for 1. In LMS, if you are giving between 25 to 30, still decent bowling, but bit expensive. If you are restricting to 20 or 15, brilliant bowling. What do you feel, Win?
Yeah, it always depends on the wicket and depends on the outfield and the size of the boundary, but economy rate, anything economy rate under 8 and over, especially in this tournament, you're doing well as a bowler.
Yep. If you need really a good discipline, you really need to stick to your good length areas on the off stump. Can't move away from the stump to give the room to the batsman because the field is wide open.
So this game swinging back into an even game now. Singapore on top, but there's a great ball.
Oh, another drop catch.
I think he thought that was coming back quicker than it was. Nawantha not timing that. And Bennett, you could see, if we watch the slow motion, his head moves at the last moment. I think he just thought it was coming through a little bit quicker. Never easy in your follow through though.
Yeah, agree on that. But that could be the turning point of the game at this moment.
Every time we've seen a drop catch, the next one's been punished. You were alluding to that earlier.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. One drop catch leads to 20 to 25 runs. Because then when they score 1-2 boundaries, then more runs come. And it releases the pressure from the other end as well.
So 150 looking like it's back on the cards, yeah. Actually probably more towards 160 now, with Mendes still there.
Yeah, seems like 160 comfortably now, anywhere between 150 160. Oh, inside edge. I don't think there is any chance for anyone to stop it. Unlucky for the bowler. It pains a lot when they bowl a good delivery, and credit still goes to the batsman with inside edge or outside edge kind of boundaries.
You see that so often in cricket, where a bowler beats the inside edge between the wickets and the keeper down to 4. Lanka coming around.
Good work by Darshan Mankat. Last ball of the over. Oh, that's wide. Bit long over.
I think Bennett realises Mendes is now going to definitely change his approach here. So I think he didn't want to get into the arc. I think he got a bit nervous to get too straight, because we all get the feeling Mendes is about to unleash here. Another wide.
That will be very painful for the team. 3 runs for the wide. But end the over.
He might just take that. He might just take that ball into Mendes. I don't think he did it on purpose, but perhaps 3 runs of that ball is not the worst result.
Yeah, better result than a 6 or a boundary. Of course, there is a lot of pressure bowling against these kind of batsmen at this stage. So even they are mentally tough and all, they're always psychological pressure in the end.
Yeah, so Mendes 38 from 32. Nawantha 44 from 21. Great teamwork with the 2 Sri Lankan players. Clear strategies here. Nawantha was given license.
And that's the first one. 1 bounce.
Another punch of the fists. Mendes is very, very happy with Nawantha here. It's taken the pressure off him, hasn't he?
I think he will retire soon. That's what he's looking for now. It still looks like 160 very easy from here, or could be above that now, the way they are playing.
The thing to mention is this outfield's getting quicker as this tournament going on. There hasn't been any rain.
Yep.
It's getting drier. This is a new pitch, so actually a better batting pitch than towards the end of yesterday. Can the keeper get there?
Oh, that's a good catch. That's a good relief for Singapore team. New batsman will be on strike. Could be few dot balls.
And that's well bowled by Manpreet Singh. Looked like he just held that one back a little bit. That's very well bowled. Perfect length. Well done by the keeper there. And over his head. Sun directly into his eyes as the bowler's running in.
New batsman in. Straight to the job for a boundary.
That's a first ball. 4. Striking at 400.
I think from the Sri Lankan camp, captain has sent him just to slog and don't take any sort of pressure. No matter what, they don't want to give strike to Ajantha Mendis as well, because they believe in him themselves. Really a good team. I mean, the way they planned themselves, they have all sorts of batsmen lower down the order as well. That's well bowled by Manpreet.
So 6 balls left in the innings.
Now Ajantha Mendis on strike. Last ball in the over. I don't think he's going for a single.
Oh, that's turned. That's beaten everyone. It's a great effort, Bill, coming around there, but that's turned. That turned sharply.
Really well bowled and very disappointing for the bowler. When we just discussed about that, good ball, doesn't count.
Love to see this replay here, but that's very well bowled. Look at that.
Oh, beautiful. Beat the batsman, beat the keeper.
That started outside the wide line.
And opponent got the boundary ball.
Now that's an unbelievable delivery. Not easy for the keeper that. I know he's going to be disappointed, but that's turned sharply.
Really well bowled. Manpreet 4 over 28 for 1. A lot of pressure on him for his batting, bowling, fielding, everything he has to do. These kind of players really need a good support from the other teammates.
Yeah, I mean, it's 155, so Sri Lanka have somehow got themselves to a score above 160, it looks like. Oh.
Yeah, could be close.
I think the only thing that can save him there is outside the line. But look interesting to see a replay because it hit him very low down. He shuffled across his stump, so good to understand why that wasn't given out. I think outside the line. 4 balls to go. Mendis, 38 from 33.
Oh, well bowled. Beautifully bowled. Well,
saw Mendis going deep in his crease there. He's just pushed it outside off stump.
That's what he should do for this kind of movements.
Interesting to see if Mendis changes his approach. Will he try and go offside now? He was definitely going targeting leg stump the ball before.
Could be 2. A long boundary there, but good throw.
So Mendis hasn't been on top of his game yet. from his point of view, this has been a hard-fought innings, but a valuable one.
Yeah, I think he's going for the team, the way he planned his game. Otherwise, they would be in real trouble from where Sri Lanka were, like 10 overs ago.
He's given him.
Oh, that's the end of Ajanta Mendes. Well bowled, Vineet.
And your boys are pumped up out here, as are you. So 2 LBW shots in that over, one given and the other one not.
I think Vineet planned his bowling because every ball, last 3 balls, both the batsmen came across the crease.
That's great bowling from Vineet. The ball before, Mendes took the same approach. Vineet pushed it wide. Mendes did the same thing the next ball, and he went for the full and straight Yorker. Looks like they've got a great team spirit here. Tell me, what have they been doing in their time off? Have they been visiting the sites of Chester?
So far, they have concentrated on cricket. Like a couple of days back, they had nets as well. A couple of training sessions so far, and last night only they went for a team dinner. Otherwise, they are just relaxing. So most likely there will be something on tomorrow during the off day.
Okay, we have seen them in the nets probably more than any other team. Shows how hungry they are to win this tournament.
Hopefully, let's see. There's still a lot of cricket left in this tournament.
Probably don't want to put the pressure by talking about them winning them. I'm sure you guys aren't talking about winning it just yet, but I'm sure you would like to go as far as you can in the tournament.
Yeah, game by game, we are just planning because every game is a new game, so we are just approaching by the game. Currently, we are not looking as such for championship.
So we're in the last over of the game. The last 2 overs, power play can be taken. Means 4-2 Singapore. We've got 4 players on the leg side. Judging by the way the batsmen stand, you can see why. And he's gone and pushed it through extra cover. That's superb batting.
Fantastic. They're able to go to boundary of the last ball. I mean, fantastic. The way he's had a stance, seemed like he's going to hit on the leg side. But he managed to move his feet and then played a nice balance shot towards the covers area.
It's a double bluff. Double bluff. So, Sri Lanka fought well to get to 162.
Yeah, that's what you were thinking in the beginning, 160, 170.
I still think that's below par. We've always been saying on this pitch 180, but obviously they've got a good bowling attack. And obviously Singapore, for them 160 is still a big ask, but in terms of how well this wicket's played and how quick this outfield is, 180 is I would say is par. So Singapore are right in this game.
Yeah, other batsmen also need to pump up and perform if they want to win the game, because Sri Lankans, they definitely have a good bowling side as well.
So you see the Sri Lanka scorecard. Andy Solomon's getting them off to a flyer, and then a flurry of wickets. Mendes playing the anchor role, 40 off 36. He normally strikes it over 200, around 200, 220, going at pretty much a runner ball, which allowed Rathanaka to free his arms, playing a valuable knock of 48 of 23. And then a little cameo by the last 2. Both of them hitting the boundary of their first ball, getting Sri Lanka up to 162.
There's no 50s, but a couple of 40s and 120s took them to a decent total. Collective team effort by the Sri Lankans. Asantha as well with 16.
So who's going to be opening the batting for Singapore?
Most likely Manbir Singh and Bhargav, the wicket-keeper.
So talking of Manbir Singh, pick of the bowlers, 4 overs for 17, got the 1 wicket, superb economy rate. Manpreet Singh backed him up well, just going for 28. Wicket shared. Vinod was expensive in his first 2 overs, but he came back very well, didn't he?
Yeah. Vineet also bowled well, but unfortunately he went for so many runs with few loose balls.
Yeah, but also, you know, bowled at the death there, and he was also bowling to Solomon's on fire in the beginning. So
Yeah.
I think, as you said, maybe the odd bad ball, but don't think that the figures did him justice there. So, how do you think the guys are going to approach this run chase?
I definitely think Manbir Singh should come and score some runs. He's a good batsman, ex-Singapore national player. He hasn't scored so far in the tournament, so today is the good opportunity for him to use his experience. So, and definitely we have some good player, Bhargav with 150 so far against Wales. So we are relying on them, and then we have a strong middle order with Manpreet Singh. And Vineet is a decent batsman as well. He hasn't scored runs in the tournament. Yesterday he scored a 50. First game he got out cheaply. So he's in good touch as well. So we are expecting at least 3 batsmen to score some runs. Vineet, Manbir, Manpreet, and additionally 4th Bhargav. At least these 4 batsmen.
Am I correct in saying in both games that you've played, you've been 3 wickets down quite early? Right?
Yeah, middle order, top order, not so really good, like 3 wickets are falling down. Opening, that's what I said, we are not getting an opening stand. Manbir is not scoring runs so far.
Is it because you've put your better players at 4 or 5, or it's just a case of the top will just be a little bit out of form or a bit unlucky?
It's just that it's not like they are not scoring runs, so they are not like good batsmen. They are really experienced batsmen, just unfortunately not getting runs, not in form currently. That's what happens in cricket.
I actually think that's ominous for the other teams, because the top order hasn't come off yet and you still chased down 2 totals. So I think that's good signs for you guys, because the top order get off to... Well, what numbers has Manpreet Singh been batting?
Number 4, second down. It's fixed currently.
So he's always having to come in when there's pressure on the board,
Yeah, he's taking a lot of pressure, as you can see, in fielding, bowling, as well as in batting. So he can take the pressure. That's why he's the captain of the side as well.
I really think if they can get off to a good start here, and Manpreet can come in with the score, maybe 70, 80, they'll be favourites. Of course, they don't want to be like yesterday, chasing 140 against South Africa, 40 for 3. That put them under real pressure, and it meant Manpreet had to really fight hard to get them home.
Yeah, of course, as I mentioned, other batsmen need to score, especially on the top order, the openers. We at least need 60-70 runs partnership. That would release a lot of pressure from the middle order.
So, Kanal, thank you for coming along to give some insight into the Singapore team. I know you want to go and have a word with the boys now. So, what is the words of advice you're going to be passing on to the guys?
Simply, I'll be just motivating the guys and send some positive notes to them before they go into the field. And just technicalities, because they are playing on turf, and most of the guys, they are not experienced on playing on the turf regularly. So just a few things need to say positive.
Okay, well, good luck, Kanal, and we'll see you back here for the second half of this second innings.
Yeah, thank you, Vin.
We're going to welcome into the commentary box Bjorn Briggs. He's going to be talking to you through the start of this innings. Bjorn, welcome to the commentary box, and LMS Singapore have been impressive. I know you were watching them against South Africa yesterday. What's your thoughts on them so far in this tournament?
Morning, Wayne. I'm not sure what Kunal's been saying to his team, but it's been definitely working. They've been a standout team of the tournament. Their fields have been spot on. Their bowlers have been bowling line and length. They've adapted quickly to the conditions, and it's fantastic to see a new team burst onto the scene of cricket.
And we're just looking at the league tables. You can see there's different colours. There's the dark green, there's the lighter green, and the red. The red means you're outside the playoff positions. Greens means you're in pole position, mean you get direct entry into the semi-final. And second and third, the light green, get quarter-final matches. So there's a lot to play for here. Very early stages, but two teams at the top of the table playing against each other here.
It's a tough pull, and Australia will be looking to knock over South Africa on Friday. Big game between South Africa and Wales this afternoon. Anything can still happen here.
LMS Sri Lanka, just look out for their net run rate. They're going at 2.1. LMS South Africa got a good net run rate as well, despite losing one game. So that's something to keep an eye on for all these teams. You get a feeling that net run rate could be the difference. Could have to settle a few things, yeah. Very hard to predict what's going to be the score needed to get yourself into the top three, but you're probably looking at around 36 to 38 points to be guaranteed.
Net run rate and bonus points will definitely play a part here, I think, for that third and fourth position. Singapore will be looking to get maximum here, at least 8 points here. It's going to be tough with Mendes bowling though, so looking forward to the start of this second innings here this morning.
It's, you know, the Sri Lankan attack is a good one. They hold back some of their better bowlers for the back end, so it'll be interesting to see with the, what I would say is actually a fairly modest score on this outfield and brand new wicket. I think against most sides that's probably 20 short, but they do have a good bowling attack, so it probably brings the game in the balance. But Singapore slight favourites, and it's hard to believe that, considering they're up against Ajanta Mendes. They don't have a marquee player, but one would argue that Manpreet Singh is.
Manpreet Singh is their marquee player. I think the guys are saying so on Facebook, and what a talent he is, what a find for Singapore, but a lot rests on his shoulders, and it's tough for him to score 50 every game. So the other players will have to step up one of these games. This is going to be today, but time will tell whether he can make another 53 on the trot.
But I was alluding it to earlier with Canal that they've been 3 down early every game, well, in both games, and they've still managed to get over the line. And it's not because they've kept their better players down. It's just the top 3 haven't managed to get going. But they accomplished players in their own right.
Beneath impressed me as well. Useful all-rounder for Singapore. He'll have a part to play with the bat later on in the second half of this game, one would presume.
The vice-captain Manbir Singh, I'm led to believe that he's actually played international cricket for Singapore himself. He hasn't got going in this tournament with the bat, but...
Did he not score a 50 in the first match?
I know against the South Africans he didn't get him. Stand to be correct on that, but I don't think he's been at his best so far in this tournament.
So there's it's a really strong and underrated Singapore team coming into this tournament, but their top 5-6 batsmen are really quality players. Second 10 for Sri Lanka was really good in the batting. At the turn they were just on 70 runs and ended up with a decent total, 162, a 90 off the second 10. That's just kept them in the game and possibly put them as favourites for this match with their bowling attack. No one beats the bat. Decent ball there from Solomons, one of Wayne's favourite players from the Sri Lankan team.
Yeah, very good to, not easy pronouncing these Sri Lankan names, but I haven't got Solomons wrong yet.
Well worked down to fine leg for one there. Conditions on the outfield, it's early in the morning and it's extremely hot already, so It's just going to get warmer as the day goes on, possibly some cloud cover later on this afternoon. That's wide. Signaled by Tanvir, the umpire. Put a bit too much effort into that ball, Solomons.
So the two batsmen, Boughton, he's number 19, he's at the non-strikers end at the moment. Boughton's the wicketkeeper.
Nice confident calling from the batsman there. They run through for the quick single.
I didn't actually get to ask Kunal this, but do you know if Manpreet and Mambia are related in a way? I know the captain and vice captain.
I don't think they are related. I think they just share the surname together. I think they both are from Punjab. Their parents come from India and they've settled now in Singapore.
He's got a world ranking of 903, but we expect by the end of the tournament that's going to be slightly higher. I wonder what Manpreet's ranking is. We'll see that when he comes into bat. Manpreet bats number 4. He's the rock, which Singapore based their innings.
Nice back foot drive to the covers for one.
Singapore players are elegant. They play good cricket shots.
Lovely cricket shots and a lot of time on the ball. They seem to assess the situation really well. Calculated cricket. Shots into the gap when they're batting. Running hard between the wickets and in the field. Captain Manpreet Singh sets really astute fields for each of his bowlers who've backed him up by bowling good areas.
Some superb commitment. Overthrows. Mendes comes in. Mendes just saying, calm down, calm down. You can see everyone is up for this game. Great to see these intensity levels out here.
Nishanta, the bowler, big grin on his face there. He knows he had a good chance of a run out there, but enjoying himself in the field. Good to see.
Oh.
Chance of a catch there. Opened the face, but I don't think he managed to go that fine there, Wayno.
Definitely not. Controlled start to the innings, just 10 off the 2 overs. The thing to watch out from the Sri Lankan lineup is they definitely, with all respect to these 2 bowlers, they don't start with their best bowlers. They keep some of their gun bowlers back for the last 10. So it's just something teams in this tournament might start clocking onto and maybe send 1 or 2 hitters in early just to take a chance. Santa getting that one to go through a bit there.
Effort ball, well bowled. Keeping the batsman honest there. Pushing him onto the back foot. Let's see what he follows up with here. He's got some decent wheels on him. And that's gone through the keepers. Too quick for the keeper as well. Possibly standing a bit too close there.
I think he might have the microphone on him in the field. He's got the ear microphone. He's not too happy with what I've just said. Then he's decided to show that he's definitely one of the frontline bowlers.
That was a great delivery. Length was spot on there, and it just top of off stump just kept on rising. Shot.
Interesting to note how much dust there is out there. It's just been so dry here in England. One of the driest summers of record.
Can't remember the outfields looking as brown as they are normally at this time of year. It's a lush green outfield.
That's good cricket. So Sri Lanka, a really good all-round side. They haven't been in their best. They haven't been where they'd like to be with the batting in this game, but they're making amends of the bowling.
Wickets held them back in that first 10, and they showed what they could do with the second 10, 90 coming off the last 10 overs.
It's really good for Mambia here. That's well bowled. Realising he's just got to use the pace of the ball. Gap between third man and backward point. Just placed between the two, allowing him to get back for two. Twos are crucial in this sort of run chase, Beyond.
And they building a good partnership and platform for the middle order to come in. It's 18 from the first 3, and we know what a good run chase Manpreet Singh is. They'll look to keep on running hard and just have no wickets down for the first 5 overs, I think, Wayne, and maybe try and get to 40 off the first 5.
Yeah, they'll, in the back of their mind, they'll be aware that they've had not the best of starts in their first 2 games, putting a little bit of pressure on the middle order. The middle order have not been phased by that pressure, and they've managed to get the team home. But a slightly higher score they're chasing, yes, so crucial they do get off to a better start. They chased 140 against Wales, and they chased a similar target against South Africa.
They didn't have a good game against Wales, I thought. As a whole, it wasn't a complete form. You could see it was their first game of the tournament, and they learned a lot from it. South Africa obviously a different kettle of fish to Wales, and on a different field, much smaller field than this ground. So they did really well to beat South Africa there.
Restricting to South Africa to 140 on their back pitch was a phenomenal effort.
I think a lot of the teams have underestimated the bowling attack of Singapore. Played shots that they wouldn't normally play, which is credit to Singapore.
So 18 balls gone, 19 balls gone, 21 is the score. So just above a runner ball. Key thing is no wickets down there.
No wickets down, and they know they've got a great middle order, but they will be thinking now it's time to possibly press on a bit and play a few more shots and take it to the Sri Lankans, because they don't want the required run rate building up too much.
Yeah, I think it's probably a case of having a chat in the middle and one of them deciding at some point to take the impetus. I don't think they both need to go. You still want to have one person sort of playing, not quite a runner ball knock, but you saw Mendes going at a strike rate of 110, 120, allowing the other guys around them to bat around him.
Probably Manby is the batsman to really go for it from here, and Bhargav just play around him. We'll see what happens.
Pushing hard. So 141 runs required from 80 balls. 100 balls in an LMS game.
So it's 8 and over, which won't phase the Singaporeans too much at this stage with all the wickets in hand.
Run rate required is slightly going up. As long as it stays below 9.5, 10, Singapore will feel they're in control, especially with wickets in hand. The likes of Manpreet Singh still to come.
Miscued that one. I think we're going to see a bit of action here. Looks like the batsmen have decided to play a few more attacking strokes.
I think it's right. I think the time is now for someone to try and get this run rate up to 7 and over.
Great
shot. It's all the way.
It's the first 6 of the innings, and the crowd like it.
Tanveer. Slow raise of the arms.
Crowd in the pavilion on their feet there, applauding the excellent stroke.
Singapore started to win a lot of friends at this tournament. A lot of the neutrals are now back in Singapore here.
Really nice bunch of guys. Kunal, the team organizer and franchise owner of Singapore. A real gent. Courteous and polite, but playing hard and fair to win this tournament. He's come here as an underdog, and they're going to give it everything they've got and really have won lots of friends from the neutrals.
It's also great to see him when I said I jumped the gun talking about the final, and he corrected me, just saying we're taking one game at the time.
It's a great attitude. Kunal was getting a bit of stick from the South African supporters yesterday, and there were a few verbals flying about, and he handled it with aplomb. Really won that battle, just quietly went about his business, and I think he had the last laugh. It's a good line, that. It's the outside edge.
So keep an eye on the runs required versus balls. Can Singapore close that gap? The moment it's 134 required of 74 balls.
If you are unable to follow it on Facebook and you have to nip out, you can always follow our live scores on the website, lastmanstands.com. Then just hit the live scores link and you can follow ball by ball action. So umpires are scoring live on the field. Tanveer at the moment, the head umpire. Umpiring really good this tournament. Credit to Ross and all the umpires. Umpired a lot of games, got a lot of experience under their belts.
That's gone straight up. Fortunately for the Singapore guys, the third man's obviously all the way back on the boundary. As we look at Nasanta's stats, economy rate of 9.17. He bowled the 15 overs in LMS cricket, so relatively new to the game.
2 for 26, his best figures, and I think he's going to break that record at this full series. He looks like he's a wicket taker for the team.
And for those of you following the chat in the live scorecard, good person to always get insight from is Murray Taylor. A lot of people look to Murray for advice in LLRs in the game, and he reckons, to me, Team Singapore show that being a strong team unit adapting to LMS rules can be more important than big names. Do you agree with Murray? Or do you think it's important to have a gun player on your side like Abdul Razak or James Franklin?
I think Murray's spot on there, and I think what's been good with Pakistan is that Razak's just fitted into the team, and they've still played as a unit even with him, so they've got the best of both worlds, Pakistan. Murray Taylor, what an inspiration. I know he's been great for classes temporary in London, and Roscoe's learnt a lot from him and really grown as a player under Murray Taylor's guidance.
I know they also offer all the spectators helmets when he bowls, because that's exactly what happens when Murray Taylor bowls.
That's out of there, folks. We're missing our crowd catcher who's usually in Cal Corner. I wonder if he had to go to work today, but he would have snapped that one up. Lovely shot that.
So right on cue there, talking about Murray Taylor. And then next ball goes for 6.
It's meant to be. Gods are watching. Great follow-up ball there. A great day's lineup of cricket here, Wayno.
Can you tell me what games are to come? I know this is a day where we've got 5 games live streamed. So that's why the early start.
It's a mouth-watering lineup. We've got LMS Australia taking on USA, which is going to be a cracking game. Australia going to look to up their game against the Purvers USA team. Then we've got LMS India versus UAE. India have struggled a bit, and I think that'll be even Stevens at 1:30. That's followed by Scotland, Pakistan at 4 o'clock. And on the second oval, it's Wales against a recently beaten South African team who will be looking to bounce back. And the final game of the day that'll be live streamed is England versus New Zealand, which is going to be an absolute belter of a game. England side really are one of the favourites now. Nick Compton leading the batting attack, and really useful bowling unit. Some real wheels in their bowling lineup. New Zealand got thumped by Pakistan. Will also be looking to bounce back this evening.
Yeah, don't write off that New Zealand side. They're a good outfit. Sometimes in T20 or any format of the game, opposition has a great game and you're not quite at your best. So I think everyone should totally ignore the scorecard there, because New Zealand are definitely going to have a lot more to say in this competition. There's no doubt about that.
Well, England, I hope they're listening to that, because they can't come in too confident in that match. Straight bowling again.
And the English boys will definitely be aware of that. Nick Darby-Walsh has played a lot of LMS cricket. He's the captain. He's the senior pro in the field. He's well supported by Blake van der Linde, who gives tactical advice in the field. That's heaved away. That should be out.
Fantastic catch there on the boundary. A quick look at the ropes to see he wasn't going to step over, and comfortable in the end. That's the first wicket down for Singapore.
And we just got the most surprising news of the whole tournament. We've got a game on the back pitch. It's the more social LMS Masters tournament, and Sharan Fernando scored his first 50 of his career, so well done to Sharan Fernando.
Unbelievable work there from Sharan. It's bowling of the Masters team needs to be looked at, I think, for South Africa. They won't be happy with Sharan getting a 50.
Sharan has actually just joined us in the commentary box, and he's laughing in the background. We might cross over to Sharan in a few minutes just to get some insight. Sharan's the manager of the Sri Lankan side. So he's come across after batting. He plays his cricket for Australia. Not good enough to make the Sri Lankan team. The Aussies, they brought him into their social side, and they've given him a go up the order.
Singapore slightly behind now. The required run rate pushing up to 9.6. They need to keep one eye on that as they look to rebuild after that wicket.
So a few people have asked us, what's this Masters tournament about? There's a lot of players that didn't make the country's top 8 or top 10, but they still wanted to go on a tour and support their countrymen. So we've organised the more social element of this World Series. It's for some of the more senior players to just come out here and have a hit, an experience playing cricket in the northwest of England, in Cheshire, at the Chester Boughton Cricket Club. And Sharan Fernando is one of the players that's played in that game. He happens to be the manager of LMS Sri Lanka, but he lives in Australia. He's been living in Australia for the last 10 years, so he's fortunate enough to be playing for the Australia combined with New Zealand team, and he scored 50 in that game.
Lovely shot to the covers there. He's going to cut it off. Good fielding. Chance of a run out. And he's gone.
Suicidal.
Suicide. I don't think there was two there. Great fielding by Sri Lanka.
That's a tough blow, but it does bring the man of the tournament so far, Manpreet Singh. Don't want to put too much pressure on him, but if you haven't seen this boy play, stay tuned. Elegant right-hand batsman.
Future star, and if there are any IPL scouts out there, tune in, because this youngster's got some real talent. He's going to be batting with the senior batsman Manpreet Singh. He's on 29 after 25 balls. He's hit 1/6, going a strike rate of 116.
So we're just talking about that Masters tournament, and there's obviously a reason why Sharan Fernandez walked across to the commentary box. He probably wants to tell us about his 50, so just ask Sharan. Sharan, talk about your 50 there. Even Ajanta's laughing.
Ajanta's looking at us.
Ajanta's laughing.
He can't believe it himself.
Sharan, talk us through your first 50.
That was not bad. I think South African team done well, but managed to get a 50. I was happy about it. I can back, that's for sure.
Sharan,
Ajanta's shaking his head.
How many of the runs went behind the keeper? Off the bat? No.
Sharan says getting his first 50 of his career against Beyond's country, South Africa, can't ask better than that. Manpreet Singh, world batting ranking of 180. Great work from Rifatul in Bangladesh, supplying us with these great graphics.
$1,500 runs to his name, 42 innings, 16 not outs, strike rate of 180. Bowler loses his run up there. They know this is a big wicket here for them. Sri Lanka, they'll be looking to take his scalp early, because once he settles in, you may as well mark it down as a 50.
Great start, showing what he's all about, pushing hard.
Isn't that clever batting? Into the gap straight away. Easy two.
Run rate required 9.74. He can't just come in and block the ball straight back to the bowler. He has to be aware of the gaps, but he also got to try and play risk-free cricket. And he's shown why he's been so successful in this tournament, and to be honest, in his whole LMS career. What a shot. Another two. Elegant player.
Ease and grace, 4 from 2 balls there. Pressure on the bowler now. Mendes changing the field slightly there. He's got something up his sleeve. The wily captain from Sri Lanka.
Again, pushing hard. 2 more. It's great run in and great start from Manpreet Singh.
6 from 3, and he hasn't hit the ball in anger yet. He's just really is a classy batsman. I think a lot of the other batsmen around take a leaf out of his book of the way he plays and goes about his business.
Yeah, well, some players might come in, miss 6, and end up with the strike rate of 200, but that's obviously at a higher risk ratio, where Manpreet plays at a low risk, but he still scores at a high strike rate, and that's why his world ranking is where it is and why it's on the app.
His world ranking seems like it's just going to be going in one direction until he's top of the table there, I think. Well, it won't be long before we see him in the top 10, the LMS world rankings.
It also explains why Singapore are undefeated on 16 points in this group, trailing Sri Lanka by 2. Both teams unbeaten so far in the tournament. So Mendes realising the moment here, realising that Manpreet is a match winner, and he's getting himself into the action here. He played a control innings earlier. Very good from Manpreet again. Just realising that both fielders, extra cover and mid-off, very deep on the boundary. Checked his shot, made sure he didn't put too much pace on it. Allowed Manbeer to get back for 2. So that's the first dot ball against him. Previously 4 2s.
Different contest this for Manpreet to yesterday's game. South Africans, a lot of quick bowlers, which he enjoyed the pace, and Sri Lanka probably watched that a bit, and we're going to see a few more slower bowlers against him, see how he adapts.
That's pushed out, that could be 4. Great fielding, this is good cricket. Is Manpreet going to turn for the 3rd? That's outstanding cricket from everyone involved in there.
Great fielding. Saved the boundary there. Could be crucial later on in the game. Two balls to go for Mendes. Outside edge.
That looked like the carom ball that Mendes. Getting that one to turn away from the right-handed Manbeer. Interesting to see a replay of that. One of the balls that made him so famous.
It's 10 overs gone. And at the turn, Singapore 65 for 2. Similar position to what Sri Lanka were at their 10 overs. They were on 71 and went on to score 160, 162.
Just watch this ball from Mendes. Does it just move slightly away from the right-hander?
It's an unbelievable ball. Great accuracy. Everyone watching, don't try that at home. It's a lot harder than it looks.
You got to try it in the net 1,000 times, and then still probably avoid bowling it in the middle unless you perfected it.
When you look at the figures of the bowlers, yeah, it's been a decent start for Sri Lanka. Nishanta just going for 16 runs from his 4 overs. Really good stuff from him, picking up the 1 wicket. Pick of the bowlers so far. Solomon's not doing too badly, 9 off his 2 overs. Mendes just the 1 over so far, going for 9, but it's definitely a threat. Bag of tricks. And the Singapore batsman will have to watch him, keep an eye on what he's doing. I think they should just see him off.
That's a Manbeer. He seems to be learning from the Mendes knock. You always need someone to play an anchor. Any score around 160 or less, you can afford one player in your team just to play a little bit more of a calculated knock.
98 from 50 balls. Very simple equation for Manpreet Singh. He's just going to push it into the gaps and look to score 2 every ball, I think, Wayne.
Yeah, I think definitely for the next few overs, but Manbia might have to be the one that starts to up his ante from here. You don't want to put too much pressure on your best player. So, I think, I don't know, if I was the skipper now, I'd probably be saying to Manbia, you've got a bit of license to try and find a boundary here. That's well done. That's running away down the hill. The fielder's coming around. Great fielding.
A big slope towards the boundary there, folks, if you're watching at home. And that ball just seemed to pick up pace as it went towards the boundary, so good work by the fielder in the deep there.
Manbia's taken off his helmet.
Didn't get hold of that one. Stephanie, I think he's got a license to thrill now, Wayne.
Yeah, the run rate required just about to go above 10 for the first time in this game. As long as it stays at 10, 10.5, they'll be okay with it, but you don't really want it to get above 11.5, 12. They need to start closing that gap between balls and runs required. Oh, this is skillful batting from Manpreet again. Just works his way inside the line.
See Manpreet looking around at the field setting, looking for gaps.
So, Roshan just sliding that one down leg there. He'll be feeling the pressure as well.
Wayne, is he one of the better bowlers in the side? Is this who they've been holding back?
No, there's they've got a fast bowler. I think he'll come on next over. His name eludes me.
Manbia dancing down the track there, completely missing that one. Needs to keep his head still. Unnecessary, that shot. Very lucky to get away with it there.
So Mendes will bowl this over, and then it'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure if he's playing in this game, but their quickest bowler hasn't been used yet.
Score now 73 for 2 after 11 overs. Mendes adjusting his field, making sure he's got it dead right. See what he starts here. Keeper standing back.
Well bowled. For those of you watching, just watch how carefully Manpreet had to play that ball. That one, again, is held his line. It's actually gone away.
Oh, what a peach of a delivery there. I'd like to see a replay of that one. I think as the tournament goes on, Mendes looks like he really likes this track and he's going to be a handful.
Well played by Manbia.
Running hard, should be 2. Good fielding.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to explain the technical background as to what Mendes is doing. I know you know the art of the carom ball. Can you just talk us through the finger movement and what he's actually doing there?
Well, what he wants to do there, Wayno, as we watch this ball come in, let's have a look. Let's have a look. He must have incredibly strong fingers and wrists to do what he does. And you definitely can't teach that. You're either born with that kind of skill, and I think it's from playing lots of street cricket and garden cricket, and as a youngster, and he's obviously got very strong fingers to have such control and a lot of hard work and practice.
So Singapore don't seem phased by this. They haven't really look to shift the emphasis just yet.
Manby has been trying, he just hasn't been able to hit the gaps, and I think he's definitely going to be playing an attacking game here, and we could either see some fireworks or Sri Lanka picking up his wicket. But I've got the feeling he's going to go for it from here on in.
So Sri Lanka normally at this stage of the innings, they look to change up and bowl their gun bowler straight through. Nawanta, he's probably the quickest bowler in their team, and this is the bit that surprises quite a few teams. Is I don't know if they analyse the Sri Lankan game plan, but Nawanta comes in from the 13th over and he bowls the last over, which means teams can be under pressure, especially when having to hit into the wind. He bowls a good Yorker, and he's also got a good change-up. He's got a short ball that surprises people. So for me, he's been their standout bowler. But also pace on the wicket. Pace here could suit Manpreet. You alluded to it earlier against South Africa that he enjoyed the pace coming on.
Yeah, it's a different challenge for him today. Let's see how he takes it on. Required run rate now 10.6, 85 from 40 balls. It's a tough ask.
Against the quickest bowler of the Sri Lanka unit bowling now. So this is where it's going to be difficult here for Singapore. Nawanta gives you nothing. Wicket to wicket, back of a length, fires the odd Yorker. He hasn't gone for many in this tournament. Manpreet's good enough to adjust here.
Definitely likes the ball coming on. Look at that shot.
But the fielders are well set. Janta Mendes, really good captain. He knows where the bowlers are looking to bowl. So the bowler and captain on the same page here.
Really good setting, and as you said, the captain and the bowler on the same page. Bowling a little bit wider and went straight to the fielder there. But
well fielded by Nishanta, number 77, right in front of the commentary box.
wasn't getting through him there. It was a tricky one. Bobbled a bit off the ground. Got his body behind the ball, made sure of it. Lots of experience from Nishanta there.
Well, this is an interesting phase of the game here.
Going to be running hard for 2 here. It's in the gap. Posing a few problems for the Singapores here. That's been the second one to come out the outside edge of the bat. A bit more bat on that one than the previous ball, but he's definitely doing something in the air.
And all the teams that watching this game, they're still going to play Sri Lanka. You've got to be aware that they're holding on at the back here. He only bowls from the 13th over. Very hard to get away. So only 5 coming off the over. I'm going to leave you now, talking you through to the rest of this innings is going to be the man himself, the man that's brought the Singapore team over to Chester. Kunal, good luck for the rest of the game here. And just before I leave, can I just ask you one quick question? What was your team talk at the halfway point?
First option is definitely a victory if we can go for it, but keeping in mind the good bowling attack and tough opponents, at least we don't want to lose the 2 bonus points as well. That is we are looking at currently, keeping in mind the higher required run rate, 130 what we are targeting currently. If we can get some boundaries, then we can go for a victory.
That's some great insight from Kunal. Staying modest and respectful to this tournament and keeping options open. I'll be leaving you now.
Thanks, Wayno. We'll see you later in the commentary box, I'm sure. And enjoy your cup of tea. Welcome back, Kunal. Mendes bowling really well.
Thanks, Beyond. Well bowled, totally beat the batsman. Really good bowler, Ajanta Mendes. Does a lot of variation and with a good line and length.
Great challenge for the batsman to play someone of his stature.
Oh, that's... But field is set there. That's quite unfortunate for Singapore batsmen. The wind started to blow. Bit cold weather now.
Looks like the weather's slightly turning. Really hot this morning, and I think the fielders will be enjoying this bit of cloud cover.
Yeah. Condition changes, cricket also changes with the condition. It could affect the batsman or bowler. Oh, well played into the gap. No way the fielder can reach to the ball. Easy boundary.
Fantastic shot by Manpreet Singh. Just leant into that one. Hit through the line. He'll be telling all his mates back home about how he hit Mendes for 4. The shot of the day so far.
Really good shot. One more left in this over.
I'll need a few more of those. Run rate now 11 and over required from here on in.
An easy single there. Manpreet will keep the strike. Game nicely balanced there. One beat on 40, Manpreet in 30.
72 from 30 balls. 1s and 2s not enough anymore, Kunal.
Yeah, of course, as I mentioned, they're a definitely difficult position for Singapore. If there's a lot of pressure on both the batsmen, because new batsmen will come in, then
much harder for them to,
yeah,
to hit the ball straight away.
It could even result in collapse. Like we will not even be able to score 130, which could result in 2 bonus points.
So it's very important for these guys to stay in, one of them to get their 50.
Yeah.
And that'll relieve a bit of pressure on the batsman coming in. They'll know they can play their strokes with having someone in the bank.
Manpreet will be the first one to retire. I think, in my opinion, he should start hitting now. So
10 runs to go for his 50 and 20 for Manpreet. I've seen Manpreet bat, Kunal, and I think that's an early call to say he's going to be the first to retire. I think Manpreet could overtake him here.
Possibly.
Manpreet on strike. Nawantha runs in.
I started the wide.
Haven't seen much of that from Nawantha. He's been really good in this tournament. Just trying a bit too hard there.
Yeah, and of course, when the event progresses day by day, the players get tired as well.
Saw the physio working hard on the Sri Lankan players.
Yeah.
Fortunate to have a physio in the
good shot.
room. That's a great shot.
Could be in the gap. No.
Fielding.
But easy too. Still a lot of cricket left. Still the possibility anything can happen in cricket. Almost 12 runs per over.
Fielder's gone back there, and Mendes not too happy with him. We would have liked to see him attack the ball, because that would have been a great wicket for Sri Lanka if he had half a chance there to run forward and take a diving catch there. Opted to save the boundary instead.
Anyways, fielding has been superb so far. They have saved quite a few boundaries. Singapore today dropped a couple of 3 catches.
Do you not think it was worth him taking a risk of a boundary there in the hope of taking a catch against the... Oh, could be a run out here.
Bit of misunderstanding, the late decision making. But in the end, I think Manpreet was correct. He was not ready, so he sent Manbir back. 27 balls, 67 required.
There's 2 balls left in this over. Nawantha gets ready.
Good shot. But he's bowling quite well. Good line length. Not so easy to hit.
That's why I said Mendes has got a good field set and his bowlers seem to be bowling to the plan. They're all on the same page. It's going to be tricky for the batsmen. A great challenge for them here. 66 of 26 balls.
That's end off from Manbir Singh.
It's unlucky. It's a good knock from him. He knew he had to up his game and try and chip away at the run rate there.
Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. Unfortunately, he missed the ball totally.
Just lifted his head slightly there.
But
possibly should have played a bit straighter there instead of the cross bat. There's nice short boundary here, which would have been an easier option.
But there's some sort of positive today from Singapore side, like opener scored a runs. They had 44 runs partnership, which they were not getting in last two games.
The Singapore unit seems to be getting stronger with each game they play, Kunal, and it's credit to you and the team for adapting and growing as a team together.
Thanks very much, Bjorn. Definitely other batsmen, everyone needs to play their role and score, not only 1-2 batsmen. That's how team works. If only 1-2 batsmen scoring, it will not develop as a team moving forward. So we want everyone, at least top 4-5 batsmen scoring runs in every game. There should be collective team effort.
Really good to see the other guys sticking their hands up and contributing. I think they've also all contributed really well in the field with the ball, and I know they dropped a few catches today, but overall they've been really good.
Yeah, they are still learning. Some of the players having first time experience with this kind of international event, so there's a lot of pressure on them due to that. Went high in the air, could be no man's land. They managed to not out. Umpire says not out. Touch and go thing.
Umpire in a good position there to make a good call. Great throw from the fielder. Safely in. Good call.
Fielding has been superb by Sri Lankans so far. Saved quite a few boundaries.
What a shot.
Brilliant shot through the covers.
That's 4. Save your legs, don't run for that.
Again, Manpreet Singh. His favourite shot.
That brings up the 100 for your team, Kunal. That's a nice milestone for the guys. They can relax a bit now.
Oh, brilliant. Into the gap. And another boundary.
Pure class.
Brilliant.
Just timing there.
Yeah, good cricket. You can see one through the covers and then another on the back foot, waited.
Played it late.
Yeah.
Straight off the middle of the bat, and that went racing to the fence.
Bowlers also need to think, like they made the, sometimes these kind of batsmen made the bowler think, like one on the up and then bowler can't do much.
No, exactly, 100% Kunal. I think they need to take the pace off it against Manpreet Singh. He definitely likes the ball coming onto the bat.
Yeah, the same point we were discussing yesterday. It went high in the air, could be out. Difficult chance.
Fantastic catching, could be a double play. And it's a double play. What a throw, need to have a look at that replay.
Brilliant, big trouble. Singapore team now.
Double wicket there. And now we'd have to say that the balance has swung into the Sri Lankans' favour. Picking up the 2 wickets off the 1 ball. Outstanding catch that set it up.
I think he was playing on 45 and brilliant catch. And brilliant throw. Good decision by the umpire.
Bat was just in the air. I think if he had run it in, he might have been in there.
Yeah.
He'll learn from that.
So big trouble in Singapore now because there's double play which can totally changes the game, because Vinith had a 50 yesterday. He was in good touch. And he's back to the pavilion without facing a ball.
Another good knock from Manpreet Singh. Unlucky not to get his 50 there. Just hit a couple boundaries before that. And one could say, you know, he didn't need to play that shot, but the pressure is on the batsman. They need 10 and over. So you can understand why he's gone for it. He saw it there to hit, and he's been in such good form.
That was his plan, definitely. Like, he wanted to hit and get retire, and then if there is a loss of a couple of wickets, he wanted to come back to go for a victory. But now, unfortunately, the table has changed upside down totally.
56 from 21, and the 5 wickets down, so just the 3 wickets left.
2 new batsmen on the crease. They will definitely need to save 2 points, bonus points.
They've got to just run hard here, I think. Keep the ball on the ground. Call loudly.
That's a good thing to do with good fielding side. No need to take risk at the moment. After this last batsman, Sumit Seth left. More of a bowler.
Be good experience for the tail to come in and against this Sri Lankan side. The deeper you can bat, the more chance you have of winning this tournament and getting through to the knockout round. So really good just to give these guys a chance. I know it's not ideal situation, but rather now than later in the tournament, one would say.
I think good opportunity for both the boys to perform here. At least score some runs, decent 20-30 runs at least from here.
In the back of their mind, they're saying, Captain, I'm going to put my hand up here. I'm going to do one for the team to show that I can bowl and bat. Possibly try and get it move up the order.
Yeah, of course. Oh, well played.
Lovely shot. Tickled round to fine leg.
Easy to do.
2. Janaka, happy with that fielding.
Interesting today, none of the teams got 50. Both the teams had 2 40s. It's a wide ball. If he bowls next wide, it could be 3 runs. Let's see how it goes. Experienced bowler. Oh, that's totally beaten outside. No clue what is happening with the ball. Another good single there. Sometime for the batsman, very difficult to pick Ajendra Mandix with his unorthodox this carom ball and with quite good pace.
Very difficult to pick. And he seems to be hitting good lengths today as well.
Oh, well played. Brilliant.
Run hard, guys.
Could be easy too.
Should be 2. Good running.
17 overs, 115 for 5. 15 balls to go in this over. Could be 17, 18 if we get a couple of wides here. Darshan will keep the strike. I think they do have a plan. Captain Manpreet must have spoken to the boys not to take risk, which could result in a real collapse. So they really want to play the full overs and score 20-30 runs. Because earlier this day, Manpreet was discussing these. Even if it's a loss, 2 points will be very important for the team. Beaten outside it.
Of course, they'll get the 2 points for the clothing. And if they can get 2 points for the 20%,
yeah,
then that's 4 vital points in the competition. And I know the South African team will be very happy with Sri Lanka win here, because they'll fancy knocking them over. So it could be a really interesting table with a few teams losing one match.
Yeah, I could see the guys in the camp discussing these sort of things, strategies, who can win against whom, so that they can be into the semis or quarters.
Big games, South Africa versus Wales later today in this group, and then South Africa take on Sri Lanka tomorrow with a must-win game for them. Lovely shot
into the gap.
Running hard, but it looks like it'll just be the one.
They are quite good in field. Quickly, it seems like they made it very easy. It seems very easy, but it's quite difficult. The distance just now the fielder has covered.
And it's a long boundary there, so he did really well to cover that.
Well played.
Well bowled and well played. Pushing for 2 here. Good call, I think, there, Kunal.
Yeah, it's a good call by Ashwath. Because their throws are quite good as well, straight to the gloves of the wicketkeeper at the waist level. White ball. Good runs for Singapore.
Singapore batsmen won't mind that one bit. Save their legs and still get the runs.
Yeah.
44 from 11 balls. Unlikely that they'll reach that target, but they still very much need the 2 points for the bonus.
That's a good relief for Singapore team. Let's see the decision.
It hit just off the pad there.
Oh, I thought it's wide, but no decision. A dot ball. 10 balls left in the game, 2 overs.
It's good batting from these two, and I think they've secured the bonus point for Singapore, and they just need to keep going and use this as practice for the next game. A bit of a collapse yesterday against South Africa in the middle to tail, and Manpreet of course came in and saved the day, but this is really good batting from them and good practice as well.
Oh, capped low.
Bit skitty, wasn't it?
Yeah, quite quick as well. Yeah. It's very difficult to pick up these kind of ends when ball skids on. Oh, the change. He bowled a kind of leg spin.
Let's have a look at the replay of that one. It was a great delivery there. Slower ball. Deceiving the batsman through the air. That was the offie there.
Yeah, a lot of variations. There are a lot of variations with them.
Very difficult for the batsman. Great control from the bowler, because it's a left-hand, right-hand combination, which is always throws bowlers off their line, and he seems to be managing it quite well.
They have leg cutters. Oh, big hit.
Has gone all the way, just one bounce for.
Well played, Ashwath. Much needed boundary for Singapore. They really need runs. They really need some knocks here, because everyone needs to chip in as the events progress.
I think what you want from them is to go at about 120, 130 strike rates to keep the momentum going. And the strike rate is not bad at the moment. Mankad possibly eating up a few dots.
It's a good ball.
Very good delivery.
Sumit said will be the last batsman in.
Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, went back out of balance. Front foot would have been better. That's where experience comes in.
No, it was a quicker ball. He was expecting the cutter there. That's why possibly playing that shot, and Solomon's just beat him for pace. They're good bowling.
Darshan on strike. He has played a few balls. Last over of the inning. Oh, well played.
Like another one out the back of the hand there. Batsman running well. Direct hit there, could have been gone.
Yeah, fielder was a bit confused whether to throw to the bowling end or the batting end.
I think the batsman hesitated there for the second, and you can see they're a little bit less experienced than Manbir and Manpreet.
Yep.
That'll be a big wide.
But every wide will be repeated in this over.
Last over of the innings, it reverts to regular cricket. It's just the 1 run for the extra wide, 1 extra ball.
Oh, well
Lovely
played.
shot.
Lovely shot.
Unfortunately picked out the fielder there. Missed fumble, and the batsman thought about a second there, but wisely turned back. 3 balls to go. Are we going to see a bit of fireworks here, Canal? Going to go for the big 6.
Let's see. Sumit is more of a bowler. Could be a boundary. No.
Running hard. That's great. Great work by the batsman there.
130 for Singapore. Still 2 balls left in this over.
He bowled him.
He's a real talenter of the team. Sumit Seth is more of a cutter bowler, as you have seen earlier this day.
He's bowled really well in the tournament, and I think he had a good game yesterday as well.
Yeah, on this ground, on that ground as well, he gave just 31 runs in 4 overs.
Incredible figures on that small field.
Yeah.
Short boundaries there, and he seems to have LMS South Africa in all sorts of trouble. How many wickets did he pick up yesterday?
I think he got 1 wicket. 1 wicket he got today as well. He got 1 wicket.
So last man stands, and we've got 1 ball to go.
Let's see if we can see some home runs.
Oh, he's gone for it, and it's another wicket.
That's all out 20 overs, 130 for 8.
The first loss for Singapore, another victory for Sri Lanka. And the league table is really hotting up now. A good performance from Singapore, but not quite enough in the tank this time. And well played Sri Lanka, a comfortable win in the end. 33 runs short for Singapore. Possibly they can look back at their bowling and
Fielding, definitely.
Fielding
we
and
had
say
2-3.
second 10 they
Yeah.
could have done a bit better. Maybe shaved 10 runs off that score and would have given them a better chance of chasing it down.
Yeah, of course, 1 drop catch easily can result in 10 to 15 runs.
Next up we've got the Aussie boys, so stay tuned as they take on the United States of America with their ambassador Shivnarine Chandapal, one of the greatest players of modern cricket and one of my favorite players, just a cool, calm customer, and I'm going to be glued to the following game and see how he does. I hope he gets to open the batting because he's a wonderful batsman to watch. You're a big fan of Chandapal, Kunal?
Yeah, I used to follow him a lot, a long time ago. No. It's good to see him back on cricket.
44 years of age, and he still looks
So fit.
fit and young.
Yeah.
And
I was surprised to see him so slim. I mean, other day I couldn't even recognize.
no, that's right. I mean, he really obviously keeps himself in good shape, still running and going to the gym and exercising, and really nice guys. I see he's been giving the young American team lots of tips, and stays with the team after the match and socializes with the guys, and really good experience for the players and for the tournament as a whole to have someone like Chanderpool playing. Marcus North, obviously, for the Australians, another marquee player. The next tournament, would Singapore look to be bringing in someone? If you could have an unlimited budget, who would be your pick?
We would definitely, look for some players from back in India. We have a pool of players, but with Afridi retiring just now, personal opinion, we'll go for Shahid Afridi.
Boom, boom. Someone was saying in the pavilion yesterday that they'd like to see Boom Boom batting with Razak on this field, because Razak's really lifting up the tournament, and with Boom Boom playing, we could have a contest on our hands to see who can hit the ball the furthest.
Yeah, I mean, upcoming retired player could be Dhoni in future. So there is, definitely we need bigger grounds.
Bigger grounds for them.
Yeah.
Nick Compton getting ready to do a player interview with the Sri Lankan and Singapore players, and we'll be crossing live to them in a moment, so stay tuned for the post-match interview. Thanks very much for your time, Kunal.
Thanks, Bjorn.
And I'm sure we'll see you later in the commentary box. Have a good day.
See you, of course. Thanks. Bye.
Cheers.
So we'll shortly be going across to the player interview from the last game there between Singapore and Sri Lanka. Nick Compton conducting the interview.
Well, it seems like every day, every game gets better and better here at the LMS World Series. We've just had a cracking game between Sri Lanka and Singapore. Sri Lanka coming out on top again. They really are a force to be reckoned with. And I've got a good friend of mine who I've played some cricket with, Andy Solomons, who did quite a bit of a remarkable piece of work there. It was a double play. Yeah. Talk us through that, mate.
It was a tough situation at that time. So we just thought of bowling tight. And when I got the catch there, I just heard everyone else shouting, just hit at the wicket. So